What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Machiavelli, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. Hope everybody's been having a great week so far. Today we got none other than Sadhguru himself, the real bullies. Sadhguru on bullying. Knowing him, he might say that your regular school bullies aren't the biggest bullies of the world. Knowing him, that's what he might say. But without further ado, man, let's get it.
We have structured the world in such a way, if you don't learn to bully enough, at least in the society's eyes, you don't get anywhere. So, the way the world runs right now is just by bullying. So you're producing leaders in the school. Those who bully well could become leaders tomorrow. Yes. Everybody is using whatever power they have to beat down somebody else. People are not using the power they have to uplift somebody. Compassionate human beings, people with larger vision about humanity are not considered leaders, they're considered philosophers in this world. They're dismissed off as visionaries. But the whole world is, at least the commercial forces on the planet, constantly telling you, you are exclusive, isn't it? This has to change, but that's not going to change overnight. That needs lots of work on humanity, on individual human beings.
When our people behave in unreasonable ways, they think spirits have taken over. No, they don't want to see that they're unreasonable people. That's why they never get well. That's why they never get straightened out. The first step that you need to see is this: if I'm pleasant, it's me. If I'm unpleasant, it's me. If I'm wonderful, it's me. If I'm horrible, it's me. If you see this, you will stamp out the horror quite efficiently. If you torture yourself efficiently and everybody around you, they may give you employment in hell. In heaven, there is no employment, but you don't know where it is, but it acts up all the time, isn't it? So it's a trick. There is no ego, there is just you. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant, sometimes beautiful, sometimes horrible. If you see this, the moments of horror will go down by itself. You don't have to do anything.
Bullying is a major problem that costs many people their peace of mind. According to the statistics of the United States government, about 1/3 of the globe's youth are bullied. In the United States alone, 19% of the students in grades 9 through 12 report being bullied. This includes bullying in schools as well as cyberbullying. But what is the root cause of this?
So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think it happened to me when I was in high school. Like, you didn't really hear about somebody getting cyberbullied, like bullied online or anything like that. But like, what is that, man? Like, I just don't, can somebody explain it to me? What is it what kind of rush do you get picking on someone else that's not bothering you? Because to me, that's what a bully does. They're always picking on someone that's not bothering them. But the person that's willing to fight you, they won't fight that person. They'll fight the person that they think is weak. You know what I mean? Like, what type of rush? How do you get a rush out of that? How does that make your day? I never understood that. I'm trying to understand, like, the psychologicalness of a bully. Like, what makes you guys, not saying you guys are bullies, but I'm just saying, any bullies out there, what makes you guys the way that you are? I didn't do nothing to you. I don't even know you. This is my first day of school. What did I do? You know what I mean? That's how I always looked at it, bro. Or this kid is not even bothering you. Like, what's That'd be something personal. That'd be a them problem, you know?
Behavior, and how can we put an end to it? Let's hear what Sadhguru says.
Sadhguru, there's a lot of violence going on in the
Another thing, behind bullying, exactly, you have a lot of violence that go on. Not just, kids, harming themselves or ready to end it all or jump off a cliff or anything like that. But it also causes things like, if you guys know, like when you were in school, you got a bully was messing with you because you probably didn't know how to fight or whatever the case. You called your dad or called your uncles or called your cousins, and then next thing you know, it's you and your family against this person and their family. You know what I mean? And then it just escalates into something more serious than it doesn't have to be, you know? And my thing is like when that person and their family go at it with the kid that's being bullied, what do you guys gain from this? It was your family member who started this. It was your family member who was bullying my cousin. I just don't get it, man.
world now. And even my daughter was doing a paper on bullying in schools. So I found myself wanting.
Hate to keep pausing, man, but another thing is too, people that get bullied, they have a lot to deal with, man. Like not just the bully themselves, because you have to understand, in school or really like anywhere like that where you're dealing with a bully, somebody who's messing with you constantly every single day, taking your lunch money or whatever the case may be, however it is, they could be bullying you in different ways. Just because they're not beating you up or taking your lunch money, they could be bullying you in other ways. Insulting you every day or talking about you online every day. That person that's being bullied, they don't have to just put up with the bully. They also gotta worry about what everybody else thinks about them. Nobody's stepping in to help me. Nobody is trying to save my life. Nobody cares about me. That's how a person who's being bullied thinks. Because not only does he have to deal with the bully, like I say, he has to deal with now the entire school. Because for some reason, everybody likes the bully. Everybody's on the bully side, rather because they're scared of him or whatever the case. But just like how Sadhguru says, some bullies may be the leader of the school, the leader or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, it's crazy how the tables turn. And then once the kids that are being bullied fights back, the kid that was supposed to be the bully is no longer the bully no more because he lost the fight. And now everybody is on so weird.
Be able to explain to her what the source of violence is, and I wasn't too good at it. So I was wondering if you could speak to that, and then what somebody like myself could do to assist in the schools to help.
See, if they do not train in school, how will they live in this world which is full of bullying anyway? The more powerful are always bullying the less powerful, whether it is in the…
That's another thing too. A lot of you guys just think that just because you're older now, like whether if you're 25 or 30 or 35, you guys think that you're not being bullied because you're a grown woman or man and you work, you have a stable job, that you no longer have to put up with bullying anymore. When really, your own coworkers probably bully you too. Like I say, just because they're not beating you up or taking your lunch money or anything like that, and there is other ways of bullying someone. Just putting it out there, man.
in the form of nations, or in the form of communities, or in the form of individual human beings. Bullying is happening everywhere, all the time, isn't it? So you're producing leaders in the school. Those who bully well could become leaders tomorrow.
How do you bully well? How? You pretty much, all you have to do is make this person feel like they're a nobody, there will never be a nobody, and they're less of who they are. All you have to do is just kill their entire self-confidence every single day. That's only if you're not beating them up or taking their money. Crazy, man.
Yes. So as a part of this, now we are in the process of starting a Isha Leadership Academy. Of course, it'll have a basic MBA program, but the more important vision for this is to develop leaders on all levels. A housewife, maybe we'll have a weekend management and leadership course for her. Because anybody who can impact 5–10 people is a leader.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean going to
Maybe a local small-time vegetable vendor, he every day meets at least 50–100 people. So maybe we'll have a week-long management course for him and a leadership course for him. Because we have not produced the right kind of leaders. Bullies are considered leaders, compassionate human beings. People with larger vision about humanity are not considered leaders, they're considered philosophers in this world. They're dismissed off as visionaries. This has to change, but that's not going to change overnight. That needs lots of work on humanity, on individual human beings. General statements, slogans on the street will not help. It needs pointed work on individual human being. There's not been enough infrastructure to do that kind of work. So this is another thing we're doing now. All this that we're building here is infrastructure for an inclusive consciousness, which has never been done in these parts of the world. And in the East it was done plenty in the past, but nothing in the last few hundred years. Because this infrastructure is completely missing in most parts of the world, that for a human being to become a full-fledged, blossomed human being, there is no infrastructure. There's lots of infrastructure for survival, a lot. We have structured the world in such a way, if you don't learn to bully enough, at least in the society's eyes, you don't get anywhere. Either your bullying is crude just on the strength of your muscle, or it is in subtle ways. But bullying is happening all over the place. I want you to understand. The world, the international situation is not any different from the street corner. Just the same way, isn't it? The strong lean on the weak in so many ways.
Or the people who pretend to play strong when really they're the weak ones. You know? And then come to find out that weak one is actually a strong one, but you would have never knew that because the weak one always seems like they're the most quiet, they're the ones that are introverted and kept to themselves. They're read as weak when really they're just want to be by themselves. That doesn't mean that they think they're better than you or anything like that. It just, strong lean on the weak.
It is still a caveman's world of survival of the fittest, conducted in a more cunning manner, not straightforward. So, the way the world runs right now is just by bullying. So bullying is essentially, children are doing it because they perceive that's how the world works. Everybody is using whatever power they have to beat down somebody else. People are not using the power they have to uplift somebody. Even if they uplift somebody, there is a string attached that they can pull you down any time they want. Nobody wants to wants you to be a hydrogen balloon, let you loose and say, rise. They have a string.
I couldn't have said that any better. What is it about us as human beings where we feel like tearing somebody down uplifts our ego and boosts our like what is that, bro? That doesn't boost my confidence because I'm tearing yours down. That doesn't make me feel good. Like, how do you guys how? How does that make you feel good knowing that you just I could see it if it was somebody that was messing with you, but this person was minding their own business. A lot of the times that's what bullies do. They pick on somebody that's minding their own business. Notice bullies never really pick on the other person who's, I would say, second to being a bully after the main bully, if that makes sense. They never pick on the other person that look like they could fight, pretty much. They don't pick on the person that look like they're carrying a something in their backpack. They go after the ones that look like they that look easy, that look like food,
Attached to it. For this, we need a powerful, non-sectarian spiritual process to liberate people like that, so that every human being can blossom in his own way. He need not be my way or your way. He can blossom in his own way as long as he's inclusive, as life is. Life is inclusive. Inclusiveness is not an ideology. Inclusiveness is not some kind of a philosophy. Inclusiveness is the way of life. The existence is happening out of its inclusiveness, not out of exclusiveness. Not a single atom can exist here exclusively, even to retain your form. And you being exclusive is ridiculous. But the whole world is, at least the commercial forces on the planet, constantly telling you, you are exclusive, isn't it? And once we breed this exclusiveness, bullying is natural. Bullying is not just because somebody is evil. Once exclusiveness is bred, bullying is natural. Inclusiveness is the only answer. Inclusiveness not in terms of I love you, you love me, just clearly seeing life that it's an inclusive process, experientially seeing it's all inclusive, there is no other way to be.
What?
Ego plays a major role in developing the personality of a bullying person. He considers himself above everybody else. That is why he takes pleasure in mocking other people. Research shows that the egoistic people have a lack of self-accountability and empathy, which makes it easy for them to develop the bullying personality.
But does that make them narcissists as well? Because I think that's what narcissists. You guys let me know, because I think that's narcissism also.
Balyan? Bayan? Okay. Whenever you behave in a pleasant manner, Your bhaya. Whenever you behave in an unpleasant manner, it is Mr. Ego. It's a sure way to deceive yourself for the rest of your life. You just have to see. This is Isha Yoga. You just have to see. If you're pleasant, it's you. If you're unpleasant, it's you. If you see this, you wouldn't like the unpleasant part of who you are. You'll deal with it. There's nothing to deal with it. Are you unpleasant right now? No, you just have to stay like this, that's all. It doesn't take anything, it just takes free breathing, that's all, to be pleasant. Does it take some other commodity to become pleasant? No. Just oxygen, that's all. Only when oxygen is scarce body can become unpleasant. Otherwise you can sit here and die pleasantly, you know. The first step that you need to see is this. If I'm pleasant, it's me. If I'm unpleasant, it's me. If I'm wonderful, it's me. If I'm horrible, it's me. If you see this, you will stamp out the horror quite efficiently.
That's part of taking accountability, bro. It's all you. What you do, what you say, how you say it, what action you take because of this person did, it's all you. That's one thing I can't stand is, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves out of a lot of other pet peeves, to be honest. But that's one of my biggest ones. Someone not taking responsibility. Someone not taking accountability for what they did. It's just easier for them to say, oh, well, it's this person's fault because they shouldn't have never did this. What? How many of you guys know people like that, bro? Like, literally, you guys are probably friends with some people that are like that. Just never take accountability for nothing. It's always someone else. It's never your fault. It's never you. So there's something wrong with everybody else, but you, wow.
You can't stay with it for too long. Because it is another spirit called ego. It's an elf called ego. It goes on and on and on endlessly. See, this is a very good trick. You asked a question about ego. Now I ask you, where is it? You say, I don't know. It's a damn good trick. You don't know where it is, but it acts up all the time, isn't it? So it's a trick. Really. Tell me, what other ingredient do you need to be pleasant? Nothing. No, it is only because you think there is some other entity which makes you unpleasant, like ego. It is just like saying, I'm possessed. Whenever people behave in unreasonable ways, they think spirits have taken over. No, they don't want to
Exactly. That makes no sense. I know a lot of people right now that just it's like you could be this busy person doing everything that you want and need to get done while you're on earth, while you're living. But when I hear about people making excuses about why not to do it or why I can't do it, it's like, knock it off. So when are you going to do it? When you die? When you pass away? That's another pet peeve of mine. I hate people with excuses, man. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Like, I don't get it.
You must be so pleasant and useless that nobody should give you a job out there.
Bullying is a major problem in the United States and all around the world. The need of the hour is to understand and uproot this behavior. Studies show that many cases of student dropout are related to bullying in schools.
Yep.
Each person must make a vow
forgot
to
about that.
themselves not to bully anyone in any way again. Click on the video displayed above to get more insights from Sadhguru.
Hold on. Let me like the video and then and let me get this one saved. Yeah, that's the end of that video, man. If you guys like this video, give it a fat thumbs up. Like, comment, share, subscribe, Machiavelli Gang. We up out of here, man. I love you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one and a safe one. I'm catch you guys on the next one. Peace.